Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jofo here, and I am back on some Pillars of Eternity. Hope everybody's doing fantastic during these times of isolation and alonedness. I will continue to pump out some of these episodes for you to keep you... Wait, there's a bird underwater. Like, that's not a reflection of anything. That's actually a bird underwater flapping its wings. Hour 25. When does the water go down? Or has it gone down? Am I just crazy? It still hasn't gone down. I know there has to be a way to get it to go down. I don't know what it is, though. Or if it works on days, maybe. Certain days it's lower. So I quite distinctly remember coming here during the day and it's low. I need a room. Let's go to Copper Lane and talk to Lady. Finish that damn quest line. Maybe we can find the kid after that. We'll see. I kind of want to find a cool named plate armor for my Chickapoo too. My Chickapoo, wanna find a thing for my Chickapoo. Chickapoo. I guess stop trying to do two things at once. I have too many people talking to me. I hate this fucking... That's the one thing I hate about the isolation. I'm not someone who likes chatting. And people just want to chat. And it's really annoying. I just want to record shows. Please let me record shows. Alright, Ladybird. Tell me about your sister.
Hail and well met.
I'm looking at... That's Laura. Yeah, you. Cora and Laura. Oh man, that's original. Your parents were super original. I love it. You don't have the ability to... Anyways. Like, I literally have the ability to reach into people's minds and see their past lives, but I have to ask these people questions. It's a little weird. Why can't I just touch their souls? Hi, crazy lady. Autographs after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the revel of stars. I can't say I recognize the name. Maybe, but what should I know about it? My work requires great focus and attention. I don't have time to coach every young amateur who joins our troupe for a week. Exactly a week. Isn't that funny? I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. I'm looking for Kendall. Apparently he joined your troupe. No experience, terrible actor. Sound familiar? I'm not sure who this Kendall is or why you would malign our talent. But rest assured that we have a process for evoking a satisfying performance from even the most unexpected and inexperienced players. At drunk and Anders gift, men flatter themselves when it comes to the attention of a beautiful woman. The pallid night herself could waltz into that bar, and he'd believe she was there to sit on his lap and listen to body stories. It is body. The pallid night. I think I counted her. I courted her once. She hated being called that. Nothing to gain but a little tavern hall admiration. The men there compete with tales of conquest that can only dream of. But you clearly found his performance convincing enough. Well, I cannot have sort nay to be trusted. Surely there's someone else you can ask about all this. Oh, you're connected to all three. Then what else do you expect me to say on the subject? If you'll excuse me, I have a performance to attend to. Kadal, the young man steps out next to you. He says, meet me in Lumdala's house. I know what's going on. Well done, well done. Alright, let's go to Lumdala's house. You know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? Just for y'all, we're going to take a little nap. We're going to take a nap. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take a nap. You know why we're going to take a nap? Because we have to. Like, I'm totally unrested, and we're going to rest. And I don't know why I paused here. Probably because what I'm looking for is right over here. Boing. Goose and Fox. Yeah, Goose and Fox. Loaded.
Hail and well met.
Hi, baby. 2 wieners and a ball. Nice. Men are usually not built that way. Well, I guess must come with being an octopus. Oh no, my TV's gonna turn off, but you guys don't get to see that because that's not part of the game. It's part of the TV. I would like a room, la 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 la. The Vixen's Burrow. Dexterity, survival, defense when disengaging. Athletics, mechanic. You know, that mechanic could have been really useful before, but anyways. Could have been really useful before, but now it's just less useful. Are you eating cold sausages? Cold breakfast sausages? Why? You have a microwave. It's not like it's the hardest thing in the world to press the buttons. Well, I can't argue that. You are special. And the good kind of special, not the like short bus special. You get to ride the long bus. Who keeps telling you that? He's probably a really good person if he keeps telling you that. Obviously, he cares and loves you very much. Mm-hmm. And respects you a whole lot if he's telling you all that in a bag of chips. Psh. I don't know this guy, but it sounds like he's telling the truth.
You think so, huh?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Not suspicious at...
Not at all, not at all. And there you go, guys. A little glimpse in my daily life. Dating the most wonderful woman in the world. That's right, I said it. Y'all would be jealous.
Hello, buddy.
My girlfriend's showing pictures to the cat.
This is you.
This opens the door behind you. There's a passage in there leading down to the theater. It's easier if you see for yourself, okay? Since I've helped you, I want you to promise that you'll leave my name out of this. Oh, this character is a paladin, so am I going to do that? I don't lie, though. Irish kitties.
We were talking about our pets. In the one shot chat.
Is there anything else for us to steal? I think we've already been in here and stolen everything. Can I plant evidence? That would be dope if I could plant evidence. I don't think the game allows me to plant evidence. Is that actually someone's cat, though, or is it just...
No, it was just because
I'll get it open.
I was saying how if your name is Guinness, then I am your personal transporter.
Ah. And then, so someone decided Irish cat was the cat to show you?
Was what Guinness is gonna look like, apparently.
Why would Guinness look like that? Is he, oh, because he's a sir, because he's being carried around in his, like, chariot. In his coach. Is that what they called it back in the days, too? A coach, or is that very western-y, a coach? It's a carriage, I think, in the,
Hello, Sir Guinness.
in the olden days.
Are you waiting for your palanquin, my king?
This game got me speaking, pronouncing every letter of a word like ked nua so often that when I read the word carriage, I read carriage, and I'm like, no, carriage. We are so easily trained and so quickly for things like that, for mental, like, little, I guess, brain farts is what you'd call it.
Are we ready for our daily trotty trot, Mr. G?
Your daily trotty trot, in other words, you're daily gonna walk him around the apartment? It's beautiful outside. I know I'm gonna go for a walk later for sure.
Let's go see if we have friends in the back.
Scarf. A simple silken scarf is crumpled on the filthy flagstones. Essence radiates from it like heat, and the closer you get to it, the more you feel a confusing mixture of joy, surprise, and pain. You hold the scarf and focus on it, and the world around you shifts. Something about you shifts, too. The smooth fabric is still in your hands, but you're in a small yet cozy house, and Laura is looking from the scarf back to you, asking if you like it. She's smiling because the answer is written on your face. That was 4 years ago, but you still wear the scarf on days like this. After all, you wore it that first day you met the actress. She's silvered with silvered eyes. So who's to say it won't bring you luck again tonight? It's nestled around your throat, soft and warm and comforting. You're halfway through the third act, and you can feel the audience's eyes on you, hungry and attentive. You were nervous at first when that woman brought you down here. You wondered what kind of show you'd signed up for, but this had gone better than you could have hoped. You reach the end of your monologue, and the scarf tightens around your neck. It chokes the final line from your throat, which is embarrassing because your debut was going so well. But when you try to pull the scarf away, it only tightens further. You're confused, and you look to the audience, expecting someone to rush to your rescue. Then you see their eyes, and that hungry, attentive look, and you understand. The stage fades to black. The scarf falls from your hand and flutters to the ground, but Cora's soul lingers, stuck between a familiar token and a question. It wants to know, but it wants to retreat. Your life was brief but happy. You experienced true fulfillment before you die, which is more than most can say. Cling to an empty dream will only bring you pain. You have to find a way to move on. You had your sister's love and the courage to follow your dreams. Take comfort in that as you find your way to the next life. No, that. The soul glows with warmth before fading back into the fabric of the scarf.
Suicide!
What suicide? She fell from the front to the floor? Aww. Straw suicide. It's the second most common suicide, they say, after doctors and after doctors. Well, If it isn't our friend from Dunrin Row. Hmm.
We shall have an orange friend instead.
Meh. It's like a weird salmon orange too. It's not like a real orange. It's sort of deceiving that way.
And you?
Me?
Someone broomed this morning before you leave all this pleather
I
bits
also
on the floor.
broomed again after that. So, yeah, take your insults and put them up your wazoo.
Pleather bits.
Pleather bits. They're all in the wash right now, actually.
No,
the
it's
pleather.
not. It was on the floor. I should have passed the broom and locked the windows.
I was right here. Oh, you mean in the back?
Yes.
Oh, okay, no, the back I hadn't picked up yet because I wanted to finish everything I was doing, baby.
Oh.
Okay, okay, you... Oh no, you got me. You...
I'm not done.
You done now? I don't know how she gets more focus, but we'll just try to control this guy back here. That'd be funny. The what? I think you have. Well, I mean, you pretty much confused everybody at this point. But that's okay. We love being confused. It's what we do for a living.
No. We fix people's
Internet?
and TV and phone for a living.
That's what you do. I mean, I could say I do it because I hang out with you while you're doing it, but I don't deserve any of the credit, really. Unless you want to give me credit, which I really don't think you should. It's nice I only have 2 people following each other. That's weird. Come on. Is she sort of invisible? No, I'm crazy. And here, I know there's like, there is a door, but I can't see it because apparently I don't have good enough.
Look.
Oh, discovered something. Where? Oh, here, I did. Okay, so if there is something to discover, I can discover these things. I mean, this does exit me closer to where I want to go, so. Okay. Let's go back. No, wait, let's try it this way. Achoo! Did I just sneeze? Does my character sneeze? No. There's no way your character sneezes. Yeah, Brackenberry. Brackenberry. Alright, let's go. Turn this in. La 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 la. I found your culprit. She's a bitch. I'm gonna turn her in. I can tell you for sure. I should have gone to tell the other person, but I was gonna tell you.
Hail, traveler.
Well, she has. She has. I paid 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, a bajillion times. Listen, I just gutted her in a freaking basement somewhere and left her dead there. If that's not cool, then I don't know what is. If that doesn't prove that I love you, I don't know what does. Not that I'm trying to prove to you that I love you. How is that even possible? Alright, I'm already a quarter of the way through. Yes, I'm sure I want to proceed. Excuse me, I have... Excuse me, Mr. Cypher, Kurin, I have your stuff. No, I'm not going to ask for more payment. Pleasure doing business with you. Do you have anything else I can do for you? Unrest and the ever-present political intrigue with so many missing souls. Missing persons are the least of our concern these days. What brings you to Dunrin? I was invited here by Lady Webb. Okay, so no, there's no continuation on those. Fantastic. Did I go upstairs and tell her already this stuff? I don't think so. But let's try. I don't think so. I think I have to go into the asylum now. Which we're going to do. We're going to start that in this episode. Faux shizzle. Oh yeah, we got 20 minutes. Plenty of time. Let's go see Mrs. Webb, the spider. I'm calling her the spider, but that's not what they say she's called. I just like saying the spider.
How fares your search?
I don't. There's nothing else. My search fares fine, I guess. I have to go to the sanitarium. In this day and age, we need a sanatorium, like to sanitize. I have failed to mark the days that have passed on my calendar. I do not know how many days have passed since last I was here. We're actually Wednesday now, the 25th. It has not passed yet, so it may stay. It may remain upon my calendar. Remain upon my calendar. Just replace it. What I've got to do is I got to find another one, which I have not seen in a while. What's this do again? Oh yeah, wait. I think that's what I already have. no, that's not the right color. I have a fortitude +5, reflex +5, will +5, and I have of deflection +5. I mean, it makes everything go up. I might as well. We'll give the deflection +5 to him. I don't have anything to give these guys. I'd gotten a belt. Oh yeah, I gave it to him. Okay, they all have belts though. She doesn't even have the headpiece. Where the hell did I get that that dope ass headpiece I got with my other guy? I don't even remember. Huh. My cipher has a dope ass headpiece with my other character, and I don't know. Gotta stock to the stock. I gotta stock to the statue.
Hello.
I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Very Yoda. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Laden Key as well, I take it? They're up to something. They are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. I suspect it's a patient. Very well, in that case I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. That's fair. Alright, let's talk to these guys. I know you know nothing.
How do you do?
Close as we are to Glenfathan's wilds, we get a number of bioac maimings every year. Survivors dealing with complications from exposure. This fellow here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I am early in my research, only beginning to understand how they work, but in time I hope to find a way to protect people from the storm's effect. Oh, well that is a valiant effort. You have my thanks, good sir. I wouldn't want more people to have to suffer what I suffered. Is that his first name? Fentre Aloth? I didn't know that was his.
Good day to you.
You must be joking. This is a sanitarium. Nothing is unusual down here. Although, now that I think of it, the patients seem more agitated lately. But they're Cadman Azul's responsibility, not mine. Then if there's nothing else... Of course, take your time. Okay. The man who waits. I'm a waiter.
I've got it.
Oh, wow, I did get it. The pale lady. Talk to Aethamer about Azo, okay. Let me look at my inventory here. Where did those papers go? One's here. List of names. That can't be it. Check Gilded Village and may find more interested parties there. Some value in name. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is up here. Yes. I don't know what to do with this thing. Like, it's literally bright orange. Light blazes from the center of the stone. It radiates intense heat, yet doesn't burn your hand as you hold it. What is it? What can it be used for? Subject is a male, approximately 17 years of age, admitted to the hospital. Oh yeah, Usgrim. He's actually the Theos. 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia, followed by occasional violent outbursts. Initial analysis of soul revealed severe fragmentation of essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute dissociation and paranoid delusional tendencies causing anger and extreme violence. Danger of working with the subject precludes possibility of further use in present. Okay, well, alright. Let's go talk to the dude. Oh wait, you're here. And you just, I keep forgetting you're here and you just let me do this.
Traveler.
I mostly help Master Azo set up the clean his experiments. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. Me, I'm just Master Azo's assistant. Okay, well, you're just gonna repeat the same shit over. Bye. So he can unlock the way to the actual sanitarium. Waffle sanitarium! Waffle sanitarium! Okay, let's get this done.
Gods keep you.
Oh, that was cool. I didn't know that did that. Yeah, I'd like to have that. I found records of Azo experiments. Caedmon Azo is in charge of patient welfare now. He's not authorized to run any more experiments. I am disappointed in Caedmon. I had hoped he would be the one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient ward. I am granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you will wish to speak to him further on this matter, and I, for one, am curious to see as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask also that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough troubles as it is. Fair enough. So they're always too far from me. Let's just talk to the people I need to talk to. I don't want to talk to crazies right now. Let's find the doctor. He's over here in his office. Laboratory, whatever you want to call it. Laboratory.
I'll get it open.
Of course you will.
Finished.
Fuck yeah, you're finished. Or you're speaking Finnish? I don't know. A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upward slightly to his pointed nose, by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
Ethelmer told me you were not supposed to be doing any more experiments. I need to know what... Yes, well, Ethelmer hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. If animancers all followed the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be backwards and willfully ignorant as researchers. Riad Ceres. As Riad Ceres. See? Riad Ceres. This is what I'm saying. We would know nothing about life or death, and even ourselves, we would be lost in the dark with no clues as to why. Our leaders guide us, and without them, we risk losing our way. If this man would strike off on his own, then let him fend for himself without the benefits of the sanitarium. You toy with things beyond our comprehension. It's dangerous and foolish.
Are you from Riad Ceres? Are you Wide-Wen himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist? Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid.
No. I'm a watcher. I'm afraid because I've seen what it does.
Of the fears of people like you.
I think we're gonna kill him, like, faster than last time.
Some church, some warrior. It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
You're going to get a lot of looks asking questions like that in a sanitarium for the unbalanced. No, I understand, thank you. In truth, I've spent little time treating them since I have been reduced in my capacity. You might have luck with some of our more functional patients. They tend to congregate in the main area, just past the entrance to the patient's ward. I have, yes, no point in lying about it, now that Ethelmer is involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close to one time to a breakthrough. You were very close at one time to a breakthrough. So all these years you've had no breakthroughs. Not even one, tiny little one. Okay. They understood that they understood their sacrifice. They understood that. Okay, no, the breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifice would mean something. I heard you were demoted. How did it happen? That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Odmer, the smug weasel? That smug weasel? Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know. He spits on the floor. Okay. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. I know what you're doing with them. Privates. You have no right. He balls up his fists and digs his teeth into the index finger. Fine.
Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. Farewell. Thank you, sir. I'll just be checking on the shit that you do, see if it's legal. Which it, probably isn't. Okay. So that would be in this direction. We have more of these guys. This is his office or something. One of his places. I just want that. Thank you. Just gotta take the money. What did you do with the monies? How can I get a hold of the monies? And so on and so forth. Yeah, I want to go in there. Oh. Lockpicks. I like the fact that there's lockpicks here in the sanitarium. No, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Put those near patients. Did you know that was his face? It seems that that was his face. Thundering sky, rain and blood, innocents must drown. They must, I agree. No? You don't have... No. Hey! Nothing to say? No? Nothing to say? The character is currently busy. Fantastic. Garm, the man has the look in his eye of a hunted animal, and at your approach he staggers backward to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the wall if it would get him farther away from you. He cries out a bizarre primal utterance like nothing you have heard. I need to ask you some questions. Graham looks at you blankly. It is unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words that come out are half-formed, as though his tongue were cut out. They are impossible for you to discern, if indeed they are words at all. Those animancers did this to him. You can see what comes of their meddling. Ezra ran experiments against your will, didn't he? He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell. As he does so, for the first time you can perceive his soul within your ken. It is misshapen, as though maimed by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you want to, you could look further, peer into Garm's soul. You project out towards the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours as it whisks you into its depth. You're in your cell. A key turns, the door creaks open, and unneglected hinges throughout. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a round, balding man. His upper teeth and pointy nose remind you of a rat. He beckons apologetic. You don't want to go You don't want to go anything else. In your mind is a single word. The word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, cornered. You want to cry. You cry out. In darkness you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms and legs. The man walks into a room carrying a lit candle, its meager flame casting long shadows across books and machinery, straps behind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob, and you feel yourself begin to crack from within. Another night, heavy footsteps outside. Coming for you, you look through the slit of the door. The flesh giant, the artificial being, just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. Garm looks at you, still wild-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell.
These poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets. Is that the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
Yeah. But if all were treated like this, the sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? I suppose if they had a real understanding of all they professed to, they would not do this. Let's be on our way with this place gnaws at my soul. Yeah, I mean, sure. It's not that bad. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the center of his cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, the occasional blink in his only movement. It is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish it. Yes, I wish it. You close your eyes and edge forward towards the boy's soul. As you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. Your soul, the soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem silhouetted beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stops every time. The misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body, as though it were a membrane. Out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in this new vessel you are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors, unheeded by the other constructs, and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers, and the perverse implements of animacy. You set your oversized hands upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work behind bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but still in no play. There is no play. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl, but this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the others. This one has no soul of its own. Hard-heartedness. See, I would have thought that would be hard-headedness, but no, we're not talking about the same thing. So, the man speaks, and the crowd applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. "Bear witness," he says, as he pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. But the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along a length of copper wiring that runs to a seat of electrodes beneath your armpits. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting and playing puppeteer for Hollowbones. But you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. "Behold!" he says, but there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slightly you take a plodding step forward, then another, and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable. The crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. "How do you feel?" he asks, at a volume meant for the crowd, and this is the moment. At the top of your lungs you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength you drive your head into the crystal globes, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down into the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panic screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function, and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper, past betrayals and murders, and lies upon lies, and that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Ardra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistake now that it is the soul of Theos Ix Arcanon. The man you have been searching for, the gaze that gazes out from the burrowed husk. A watcher! Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems, for that moment, that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of that. Better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look. You hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards with his startling grace. Putting himself out of reach, on his face there's no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. This is so cool. Okay, I actually have to stop. It rang a while ago, and I'm already over my time, so before this actually happens, we have to cut the episode short. Let's see if I can at least... Okay. Alright, everybody. I want to thank you all for stopping by. If you enjoyed the episode, please see yourself to the like button. That is super appreciated, and it helps out the channel more than you know. And if you want to keep seeing this content and any other content that I make, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you can get advised every time I drop a video. I want to thank you all for stopping by today, and see you next time. Jofo out.